Aquarius, welcome to your September 2020 reading. You guys know these readings are timeless and signless. Whoa, that was cool. I'm gonna include both of those just for that. So it doesn't matter when you watch this video, and it doesn't matter whether or not you have Aquarius in you at all, in your chart at all. If it resonates, it's for you. Okay, so if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, feel free to check out my Etsy link. It has a list of all of my services, and each one has a description, so please make sure that you read the description excuse me, for each reading. Okay, remix. Also, feel free to join me on my Instagram for Self-Love Month, where I'm going to be doing a different activity every day as an act of self-love. They're activities I love to do, so I would suggest that you try one of your own. But anyway, my Instagram handle is @AwakeningAllYouLightworkers. Okay, you know, I really stumble in the beginning of these readings because I'm trying to say all that stuff, but the minute I turn the camera on, all of the information starts coming, and so I've got this info coming, and I'm trying to put info out. Anyway, so blah. Let's just jump into the reading, which I just prefer to do. All right. Anyway, so guys, Aquarius, or whoever you are, in the month of September, I'm already feeling a very building energy coming from you. This is an energy of building up. So when I say building, I don't mean like energy that's amounting or accruing. It feels like you're building something. And it doesn't even have to be like a business It doesn't even have to be like a business or anything. It just seems like you're building something. Could it actually, gosh, wow. It's this card. It's just that card. It seems like building energy. It doesn't have to be necessarily related to that, but it was coming straight out. And I just kept seeing like Bob the Builder. Remember him? He's cool, peeps. Anyway, so trust in the plan. Okay. I'm getting this energy that's saying now, as this spirit card turns around, I'm getting the energy that says open for business. So as intuitively, as counterintuitive as it seems, this looks like there's some type of business that you've been building. This is giving me some Capricorn vibes. Like some kind of business that you've been building, and now it's finally time for you to open the doors to business. This could also be about reopening for business, whatever this is. I have to tell you that for some of you, not all of you, whatever this venture is, business or not, when you started out, there may be a little bit of a step back. Now, like you may have to close doors for like 2 days in for very quickly and then reopen for whatever reason to tweak. But also I'm getting for somebody in particular, obviously this isn't going to be all of you. Once this business opens or this venture begins, I think that somebody that you're associated with, I mean, sad to say, this is just what I'm getting, may end up having a relapse. It feels like a drug relapse. And so maybe let's say, for example, that you and a buddy, or you and two buddies of yours, could be family business as well, decide to open doors for a business or restart or reopen a business. And one of you has had either a drinking problem or a serious, or a drug issue. And I feel that things may have been kind of tenuous during the planning, but I feel like once the business opens or the doors open and things start to get going, this person may end up having some type of relapse, which takes them out of it. Now, it's kind of like, if that is your story, I'm kind of just going to say this. I'm getting the idea that maybe this person wasn't meant or designed to go onward in order to, not to say experience, but maybe they would not be able to contribute to the health and growth of this company or this venture once it started. Now, this dynamic of somebody being there during the prep stage, but then once it's time to execute, then some, for whatever reason, exiting. It could be because of drugs for somebody, but it could be because of something else. Maybe somebody has a falling out, you guys have a falling out, this person exits. Whatever it is, it's a universal dynamic a little bit, and so the details will differ based on you. But I'm seeing a few of those things. So this looks very much like something finally coming to the point of commencing, whatever it is. Doesn't even have to be a business, and then somehow having some type of snafu and needing to close doors for an emergency or something quickly, and then reopening. And once the reopening happens, or the resuming happens, it's going to be great. Okay, all the right people, all the right materials, everything will be in place, and it's going to be, I'm getting the words picture perfect. For some of you, this is a husband and wife thing. And for some of you, you may gain a husband or a wife out of this. Maybe they worked with you on the team. This is great. Okay. This feels good, whatever that is. Once it really starts to get up and running. Okay. Oh, okay, just the top. Okie dokies. Let's see. Weirdly, but not weirdly, because I'm just channeling, but weirdly, I'm getting the puppy mill is rumored to be closed down. Something about a puppy mill that's rumored to be closed down. That's somebody. Is that you? Whoever that is for. Very specific. Something about a puppy mill that was rumored to be closed down. Goodness, they're not giving anything more about that. Maybe you're just supposed to hear that to know it's you, and for whatever reason to investigate that or to resume it or something, whoever that is. You know, guys, I just did Sagittarius and Capricorn, and they were very much similar to my old readings, some of them in which a lot of personal messages came through as opposed to like one dynamic message. And so I guess it seems like it's starting to be a little bit of that here for this reading. So if something resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, it wasn't meant for you, okay? That's usually how that works. All right. Okay. For someone else on this call, I'm getting that there's something related to a church. Like maybe you are, it feels like you know what it feels like? It feels like you may be somebody who used to be really into the church. You really used to give yourself to it, like Bible study, all of this stuff. You know the people in the church, you're a regular. But I'm really starting to see that you're outgrowing this religious institution. Now, I want to say that it's not just the location, but also the concept of religion itself. I'm starting to see you moving from this place of religion and into boundless, is the word they're saying, boundless spirituality. Now, it's very important that they use that word boundless, because it seems that you may actually find yourself moving out of the arena of Christianity per se and moving into Buddhism, right? And maybe even taking some things from some Native American spirituality, and I don't know which one, and but I'm seeing you picking, and that's usually what happens. The more spiritual you become, the more boundless you become, because you realize that you actually have no real affiliation. You go with what resonates in your heart. And when you're boundless like that, it can come from anywhere. It could be on the side of a bus. It could be something you see in poetry. It could be by watching ants that are crawling up a tree and something comes to you from that. So that's what I see that you're moving towards. I'm feeling your energy now, and you're getting the confirmation. You're probably sitting there like, yep, I knew it. Okay. And it's like all you needed to know in order to finally be out the door of that religious institution, that church. So maybe people will be inviting you, just normal, to church functions, and you're just gonna become too busy or just be occupied. And that's really because you've had a shift in consciousness. That's all that is. Lots of shifts in consciousnesses for people. Okay. And they're saying your son is safe. Okay. If idea of your son is safe is not for that same person. It's for someone else here worried about a son. They're saying your son is safe, okay? This son is an older son. It doesn't necessarily come across as a child, but I mean, it could be, right? But that's what I'm getting for somebody there. And they're saying, and the driving is okay. It could be that same person. So maybe you're worried about the person driving, his driving, or okay. I feel like my guides are trying to get me to slow down. They keep saying slow down throughout the entire past 3 weeks. And you guys know me, when I read, I'm like boom, 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 boom. But now I'm like, okay, what? Slow down for what? Slow down for what? All right, let's see what else they're trying to say here. Very feminine energy down here on this bottom row is very feminine energy. I'm getting that maybe there's a mother energy here. Somebody, one of you guys or some of you, taking time in the garden, slowing down and being in the garden. I'm seeing that when you get into that space and you get into that place of being, and where you're occupying yourself with something like the garden, your mind is able to be free enough to think, but it's still occupied enough to not just go wandering, right? I feel that in that space, Spirit is saying you're able to comprehend more of what your actions have been like, more of who you have been. And I feel that they do work with you from the spirit realm during those times. And that's a beautiful thing. I see that also some activities is what they were saying. I was going to say ideas, but they're saying some activities are going to come to mind for you when you're in that state of being, when you're working and you're your brain is open but occupied, so your conscious mind doesn't get so engaged. They're going to be giving you activities to do or think about. They might come as ideas or epiphanies of some sort. I'm also picking up on somebody's energy here who is, you might classify yourself as very quiet. You may feel that you might be a little standoffish. You may also refer to yourself quietly, maybe, or maybe openly, as misanthropic, meaning you don't like people for whatever reason. And I know there are many reasons, but for whatever reason, I do feel that somebody may come to call. It feels like a cousin of some sort. You may have a cousin coming to visit you in some way. And they're saying to, oh my gosh, what did they just say? They're saying to be nice with them, accommodate them, but you don't have to be buddy-buddy with them, so to speak. And I feel that that's important, because I feel that your energy is very much in a very hermit mode. I feel that you I'm not going to say you're cold, but there's a little bit of a coldness that you have towards other human beings. And I'm seeing it right now that comes from a past lifetime. I think in a past lifetime you may have been, you may have served in some type of, yeah, they're saying that's right, some type of law enforcement. And it feels, the image that they're giving me is Victorian times even. Could have been Victorian. Or maybe, what time was the Jack the Ripper days? It just seems a little bit of like Jack the Ripper days, like you were some type of constable or law enforcement to that effect, and you just saw a lot of stuff. You saw a lot of, just like how police see a lot of people, and when you're in that line of work, you get exposed to the monster side of humanity a lot. And so I think that that's what kind of contributes to your way and your behavior in this lifetime. So I guess you don't have to be so buddy, but you can accommodate them, is what they're saying. Alrighties. Okay, what else, guides? It's more like who else's guides want to come forward. Um, Someone here is dealing with I'm getting the words community garden, but I wanted to say, oh, okay, well, we'll go with what they say, but I wanted to say a kindergarten, okay? Kindergarten, but oh, it's a kindergarten. It is a kindergarten, I feel. But they're saying community garden because they want you to remember it's a community garden at the kindergarten. Like, so maybe, I don't know if you have been being a certain way or experiencing a certain type of regard for this kindergarten. I almost said community garden again. It's like almost like, oh, well, these kids can't go here. So I don't know if you are being restrictive in your mind, like whether it's like, well, these kids come from this area, they shouldn't be coming to this school, or these kids, I hear that COVID was in that neighborhood and these kids are from that neighborhood, they shouldn't come here. Like there's so almost like you are, whoever you are being defensive in a way and divisive in a way where you feel selective, like only some people should be able to attend, some kids. And Spirit is saying, this is a kindergarten, but really it's a community garden and it doesn't belong to you, is what they're saying. So you actually might not own this, because if you did, then Spirit, what are you talking about, right? But so I would basically, Spirit is saying, stay in your lane. Oh, dang. I just pulled out randomly a card, but it's never random. Fourth Ray of Harmony. They're like saying, it's a community, doesn't belong to you. Spirit, ooh, there are the kids. There's the confirmation. Oh, Star Child. Wow. And they're saying, oh, wow, look at their open gates, right? And they're saying with this Star Child, you never know. What's the saying? Be careful how you are, because you never know when you are entertaining angels in your midst. Like, you don't know somebody's kids. That same kid who's picking his nose and eating it, gross. That kid houses a multi-dimensional, being that is probably going to grow up. It's probably already starting, is already starting his journey or her journey, but is going to grow up to be a major leader in some way. So they're saying, watch it. So they're saying community garden. Okay. This card is coming for the brokenhearted. Who's this? This card, I always get this card in Scorpio readings, but this card, I'm hearing a tune, but it's saying basically this is for the brokenhearted. Orbs of light. They're sending you love and light, guys. A lot of you on this call may be actually nursing a broken heart. But I'm seeing, if this is referring to you, I'm seeing that you're getting your legs back. I want to say you're getting your sea legs back, but this person is just standing on the water. They're not getting caught in the water. They're not getting... This is showing me somebody who is trying to establish himself or herself in the physical world, like job, things like that, passions, things like that. But they're not necessarily yet delving into the depths of their emotions. Spirit is saying, oh, okay, sorry, they're talking to me. Okay. Thank you. They're saying that this person is first trying to establish themselves and then delve into their emotions later. But Spirit is saying that they're going to be sending this person lots of love and lots of resources in order to build them back up. This is coming off of a heartbreak for some of you. This has to do with a lost love. Definitely seeing that with a lost love from another lifetime, to be honest, is what it's looking like. I'm getting an Egyptian connection here for somebody as well. I'm also getting for somebody, this is because your heart was broken because you lost a store or something. See this devotion card? This is something that you lost that meant a lot to you. Spirit is reminding us that whether that's a store that you owned, a job that you had, a lover that you lost in another lifetime, or even this lifetime, they're saying the pain is real. But trust that there was a plan for all of that. All of that fits into a plan. And they're showing that let them shift you. Let them help you shift. Because it's like they want you to get to this paradigm shift here. But you first have to see, there's almost like something you first have to come to terms with, before they can pull you there. So maybe what you need to come to terms with is that nothing is lost. That there's always something gained. It's a lesson. in and of itself, right? And that's always hard. I think I don't take too well to lessons sometimes, personally. But yeah. So anyway, guys, you know what, guys? I have just come to a decision. I wonder how my guides think about it. I guess we'll see when it's. Oh, I guess they agree because that's alignment. When we end up doing the when you see this video, look at the title, because this was supposed to be the Aquarius reading, and I just finished Capricorn and I just finished Sagittarius. However, all three of these videos were very much not in a line in whatever came out wasn't it was more like they wanted to just give messages to people. So I'm going to probably entitle it that way as opposed to forcing it to be in a specific sign. And so maybe I will do those signs tomorrow, or you know, when they do it. So you remember, I don't know what they're going to talk about whenever I get on the call. So anyway, thank you so much, Spirit. And I really hope that if you tuned into this, there was a message here for you. And if there wasn't, it's okay. Maybe later, right? Or maybe it'll come to pass for you. Until then, if you'd like a personal reading with me, you can definitely check out my link on Etsy. And the link is somewhere on this page, my link to Etsy, and see if anything jumps at you. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.